Yeah, two little things about the Dutch that most people won't tell you about. Oh, hey, I was just about ready to sign off the rest of the day. Spoilers, I left the house. But yeah, so after this video goes live in about 2 hours, I should be going live on this channel. I realized I should probably, on the days that I record before the live stream, announce that it's going to go on the live stream. I didn't even think about that all damn day. So, hi. Let's rewind to let's rewind to earlier today. Well, I just got done with Paresh. Okie dokie. Aaron's lunch break. He's got kind of a stressful thing at work. Like, at least it looks like it's stressful for me doing the stuff on my Rogue. Like, your eyes look super red and bloodshot, and you're just like you look like you're about ready to cry at the fact that your computer has crashed for the 3rd time today. It hasn't crashed at all, but
I think I'm just hitting allergies.
That's true. That is a thing. That's kind of a big deal right now. I am being a weirdo and putting on a full set of clothing to go down to the mailbox. And I say a full set of clothing like socks and shoes because I don't know where my sandals are at. Alright, just came down here. I'm gonna open up the Bring Me thing. Contactless delivery. Come on, scan my thing. The sun's in the way. Oh, right there. Hello. Yeah, these. And then we have actual mail, which is something from PostNL. Is this voting? Ugh. These shorts are fun, but the pockets are a bit weird because, anyways. So last night I bought 2 new bunches, weightlifting bands. I got so the gray one I have is 15. And the orange one is 35. So here is a 25 and a 45 kilo and a Fitbit. Yeah. So I'm gonna go on a walk today through Centrum after I get the Fitbit set up. And I'm just going to go to Dashric, pick up some craft beers and something else. But I just want to get a walk in and see how the Fitbit tracks me. But I realized that coming back on that bike ride, I probably burned a lot more calories, according to my heart rate, than I did on the way out due to the whole headwind and tailwind thing. So, yeah. Plus it'll help when I start doing the jogging up and over the bridge and stuff. I'm out. I had to charge it. I had to update the firmware, all that jazz. It's way later than I wanted to. I wanted to be out while Aaron was doing his 2 o'clock meeting. I didn't leave until about 15 minutes into it, so. Partially because I would think I was trying to charge it off one of our batteries, but it wasn't drawing that much power. So the battery would like, oh, I'm not being drawn off of me. And then it wouldn't charge it anymore. But I needed to have it over 50% before I could update the firmware. But not 50%. It was more like 67.9% or something like that. And so I'm heading over to Sterk because it's a decent walk. It's on my hand, doing all its thing. It doesn't do the heart rate like I thought I was going to, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Plus, I don't have to keep my phone on all the time to track my stuff. Plus, it should keep stuff if my phone's not jiggling. But some of the things I've been talking with Aaron about, just side conversations while I'm doing WoW and he's doing work stuff that, like, he's paying attention to a meeting that he doesn't really want to pay attention to, doesn't really have to pay attention to, but just in case someone says his name. So I sometimes keep him a little focused during those meetings, otherwise... Anyways, one of the videos that came up on YouTube today, because I've been watching a lot of Star Trek stuff, because I'm just, yeah. In the Next Generation episode of Future Imperfect, Riker's in like a weird altered reality. It's like Future Imperfect, but Data uses a contraction. And it's one of those things that I've realized that a lot of the Dutch do. They don't realize they do it because the Dutch language doesn't have contractions. They do have contractions, but not in the same way that we do. They don't use contractions. They understand contractions. I can use contractions all I want when I'm talking with them in English, and they get it, but they don't use them back. And even the things you think of like simple contractions, like I'm not going to do that, they'll say I am not going to do that. Or they will do the weird literal translation of like perfect English and be like, I would not like to do that. Now I'm not saying that the Dutch do not use contractions. They do. Sophion and Max are whole ass fucking Dutch. They have different backgrounds, but like Max is Nigerian, but that doesn't really factor much into stuff. But they learn their English through black culture in the States. So I would wholly expect, say, Sophion to say, like, don't play with me like that, man. Yo, bro. Versus Sven would not. Danny would not. Frank would not. Rogier would not. One of Aaron's bosses on this contract, she has a thick British accent, but she's still Dutch, and she uses a lot of contractions. But what I'm basically saying is the general people that learned English by reading it and learning it through the language, the teacher may not have taught them contractions. So they do not use contractions very well. And it's just something I've slowly realized. And I can kind of spot Americanized English more than I can other things, because I can hear the contractions. There's something else that the Dutch just don't get, but you think they would, but they don't. We're gonna come back out, I'm gonna talk to you about that one, and then we're gonna wrap up what the Fitbit has so far said about my entire walk. I may take the tram back or something. I don't know. All right, so Theo, what is this? What is this other magical thing that the Dutch just don't do? It's been a while. This has been one of those things I've had to test it out on multiple different people, because there's some people like maybe kind of get it, but they don't have as corrupt of capitalism as the United States does. So when they're just like, hey, have you tried this? I'm like, no, sell me on it. What? Do you want it? I don't know. I don't own it. I can't sell it to you. No, sell me on it. Get me to buy it. Well, do you want to buy it? No. But I don't know if I want to. Do you want me to buy it? Well, I don't care if you do or don't. Now, not saying they won't do it, but they don't initially think of trying to sell someone on something. Now, to be fair, there are other people in the Netherlands that are willing to just sell you on anything. They're like, hey man, do you really want to sign up for this thing? For the slachtoffers and the Nigeria? I'm like, what? Victims? What? No. Like, if you want to donate to a charity, they will hit you up and try to get you to spend so much money on that stuff. But when it comes to a store, do you want the Clark ball or not? Well, sell me on it. I don't have time for this. And they wouldn't necessarily be rude and say they don't have time for this, but it's absolutely how they think. They don't have time for this. They don't have time to sell you on something. If you want it, you want it. Buy it. Don't care. No. I'm like, this is why I considered the United States not to be so terribly, you know, land of the free my fucking ass. Just because when presented with a proper choice, Americans freeze. They have no idea what to do. They just, I guess, I don't know. What do you think? And I've noticed it with Aaron, and he's gotten a little bit better about it over the years, but the Dutch can't sell me on anything because, I mean, the Dutch can sell me on things, but they just don't immediately think, like, you know, if I'm on the fence about a product, and I'm just like, sell me on it. Why? What? Do you want it? I don't know if I want it. Do you think I want it? I don't care. That's the thing, like I said before, they don't think about it. It's weird, but I've used it. I'm like, oh, you should do it this way. Okay, sell me on it. What? Huh? Why? No, do you want to do it this way? I don't know. Do you want to do it this way? And you see what I mean? And they just don't do it. Like, I've tried at the bakery. I've tried at the butcher. You know, hey, guys, sell me on these meatballs. Do you want to buy them? Like, well, what's in them? Meat? Spices? What's good about them? They're tasty. What in here isn't tasty? Well, that's true. Yeah, two little things about the Dutch that most people won't tell you about. Okay, so the watch says, so far, Blanc, you are not bright at all. What the hell? 4,700 steps, 1,680 calories, 3.5 kilometers. Seems a little odd. It does. I think it started out with 1,300 kilometers because it counts like the minutes that you live. So, or something like that. It's weird.